And here we go, everybody. Brady Golan to break off.
Ready to kick off this year's Seattle Snooker Open. We hear it.
Thank you very much, Itoi.
And NTO?
NTO 22. Yes, it's good to be back in Seattle. I'm quite happy. I really enjoy the hospitality that you guys always bring to me.
Yes, sir. We got to have the best or Burney's best.
We do. I have brought Burney's best south of the border, that's for sure.
Let's go.
So if there's a player out there to make a century, they'll get 100 Canadian dollars.
Let's go.
So that's 25 American, right? Is that the exchange rate?
Something like that, yeah. And there we go. Classic Angus. That's what we were saying earlier. Angus is a pretty quick shooter, so don't miss a step when you're playing him. He gets down, he rifles.
But I saw a little discussion before this match that Dave Daly was telling Angus, take your shots, don't leave anything easy on. You're playing a really good player.
Oh, yeah.
Dave does know the caliber of Brady, so... And if anyone was in the room last night, they would have been treated to a feast of potting. Actually, the two Canadian chaps, Ross Bradson and Brady Golan, were in the room just practicing, and it was a feast for the eyes. That's they were potting everything in sight and just getting comfortable with these tables. Yeah, this could be...
Man, it was a good opportunity here.
Yeah. Black is open to both corner pockets. Won't get there just yet. I think he's got a good angle on the green to come back down to the business end of the table. I do apologize for the doorbell. That's how our friends come into the room.
We'll turn it down right now. I knew there was something I forgot to do before we started. So it looks like what he's on is it a break of 5?
True, because that's his second green. So yeah, now he's got a good opportunity. One good shot here puts him on the black, and commentator's curse hits him again. Otter family, good that they're tuning in. Glad that they're enjoying to see some snooker in the States. Yeah, it's we're in the growth, I think, of the game here, whereas I hail from Canada, and Canada had quite a rich tradition of it. Actually, a gentleman you're seeing in this match, Brady Golan, was over on the Pro Tour in England. So us in Canada do have a good history of snooker. America, not as much, but this family at Ox here is doing a great job to promote the game and just give the opportunity to these Americans to play this great game of snooker. We have 4 tables at Ox Otter family. And it's nice. Our friend Carl, who is down in Rochester, Washington, has just recently opened up a club. And I think he has 3 tables, so there's a beautiful shot right there. A really fantastic club, great layout, all tables in action here at the 2023 Seattle Snooker Open. That might be a bit costly there for Angus. Pink does pass that red into the top left corner. Well, that's great to hear. Otter family down in Portland, Oregon, they have 2 tables, 2 snooker tables. Great to hear. If anyone out there is in Connecticut, please let me know if you have any tables. A good friend of the community up in British Columbia, Tyler Schutka, who helped out a lot with refereeing, has moved out to Connecticut and is in dire need to find some snooker action out there. So if anybody knows anything about the scene in Connecticut, I'm all ears.
They have 2 snooker tables in all of Portland. Wow. It's not many. I think one of them's at Legends Billiards, I believe. In Beaverton. Kind of the Portland-ish area, I guess. It's the club that hosted the other half of the Northwest Cup in our pool tournaments here in the Northwest. Or the Pacific West, I guess you'd say.
Yes, the age-old battle. There's our first debate, obviously, on the stream, where there's always good discussion. We might be in the Pacific Northwest here in Seattle, but if you go to Vancouver, British Columbia, it's considered the Pacific Southwest. But we've got a good family here. I think it's just the Pacific West.
Ooh, we got a legend in the chat, on the Facebook chat. Raymond Fung, what's up, bros? He says, how's it going, buddy? Welcome, welcome. We got some more Snooker Live for you. You know this table quite well. Last you were here, you were making quite the ruckus in the U.S. Nationals. Raymond Fung there, runner-up for the U.S. Nationals 2022. Awesome final. You guys can go back and watch it on our YouTube and Facebook pages. It was an awesome, awesome final. Mr. Selby, I call him in that match. He played some nasty saves back and forth. So now we got some safeties going back. Did it felt a little bit like he was maybe going for that, or was he trying to, at the speed he hit it at, I don't think he was trying to come back up to bulk, right?
Yeah, the one thing I would say might, sway in Angus's favor a little bit is being from the Seattle, he's used to these tables, but Brady, who's no stranger to the game, was in here a lot yesterday, and so he's leaving nothing to chance.
Well, if what you're saying is true, that he's previously on tour, this is effectively the table that the pros are playing on tour today. So maybe back in the day they were a little bit different, but I'm sure the quality is up to his standards if he's used to that.
It's true, yeah. Like I think they were old Rileys or BCEs that were played back probably when Brady was on the tour. But that marks a good snooker player, the ability to adapt. Some tables will be like skating rinks, and some will be like going through a thick meadow of grass. So always like those cross double shots. There's a potential of potting the ball, but obviously safety is the big focus in mind there, leaving Angus relatively long shot. Found the gap, very nicely done.
Oh, watch out, cue ball. Watch out, cue ball. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Tap on the table, nice shot. Yeah, I think if I had an analogy for my preferred form of snooker table, I would say something of a furry ice rink.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
A little bit, yeah. Obviously, there's nap on these tables, so obviously when you're going from bulk to the top end of the table, that's pretty much where the yellow ball right now is in kind of the bulk end to all you newcomers, and down where a lot of the reds and the black and pink are, that's considered the top end of the table. And if you just run your hand from bulk to top, it's very nice and smooth. But if you go the opposite way, you'll feel a little bit of that nap, and you'll see sometimes on those slower shots with the cue ball going up into the bulk area that it might just bend just a little bit to one side. That's a shot that Brady wanted to have back. That too thick there.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to nestle up into the top cushion, right? Because nothing really is on if he nestles up close to those two reds. So I'm interested to see how Angus adapts to this, because he knows he's playing a better player. So I I think Angus just has to find a balance in his rhythm, because oftentimes he can get a little bit too out of sorts by just playing a little bit too quick. It definitely benefits him to play in rhythm, though. I think he's very much a rhythm player.
Yeah, there's a fine line from playing in rhythm and then playing quick. For all these that tuned into the BC Open a month ago in the final with Albert Kenny and Max Guan, we saw that Max is a very quick player, but almost too quick he was playing that. Maybe rushed a few of the shots and unfortunately lost to Albert in that final. Sorry, that was a spoiler alert. Hopefully everybody's up to snuff on the Pacific West snooker scene.
Yeah. For those of you who haven't watched it, I think it's on Q Sports Live. No, it's not. It's Snooker Canada has it hosted now, right?
Correct. It's on Snooker Canada's Facebook page.
Facebook, yeah.
And I'm not too sure if it's on YouTube, but it might be there, but definitely on the Facebook for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, usually these first frames of a tournament, they're always kind of a little cagey. You know, both players just kind of waking up a little bit, getting the arm going. So definitely beneficial if you can get this first frame on the board. It gets you into the tournament feeling confident. I think as long as Angus doesn't really leave Brady an easy starter, he should do quite well. And admission is free all weekend long. We're at Ox Billiards in the Capitol Hill area of Seattle, Washington for this 2023 Seattle Snooker Open. It's just day one. This is round robin action all day long. Tomorrow we'll have the knockout phase starting, leading up to crowning the champion on Monday night. Kind of changed a little directions as it slowly went back towards that brown ball. Just a little
flick to the left.
Little flick. But Brady, who's been around the game for a long time, hasn't jumped to the tome chalk, which you see a lot of the players, amateur and professional, using now. And that chalk doesn't leave as much dust as the old triangle chalk or master chalk.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, you know what I think it was is that cue ball rolled into the brown spot, I think. And I think it kind of had hit that spot. You can go back and watch it. I think it's just slightly rolled into the brown and then rolled around it, kind of like a little cone.
Well,
nice save there.
Neither wasn't punished for it, so...
Yeah, this is definitely Angus' style. Kind of make one big pot and then get on a run. But it's not working out so far. He's left some openings, which I think Brady's on the verge of taking advantage of pretty soon if he keeps making these mistakes. Tried the snooker there. That would have been a nasty one.
True, yeah. Just... give him a couple more matches and he's tight behind that green. Just that first match is warming up. Yeah, I've said a lot of the time in the booth, sometimes with the amateur world that we're in, maybe, smash open those reds, put the pressure on your opponent to make balls. But the one case where that isn't the case is probably towards this gentleman here, Brady Golan.
Oh, it looks like a foul on the green, I believe.
Nope, yeah, he hit the red first.
No, he's talking about he hit it with his cue by accident. He had an incidental foul, I believe.
Oh, okay. Good eye.
I believe the score should be 13-9, yeah.
Yeah, great sportsmanship in this game. A lot of the players, we don't have referees at every table. Even if we do, sometimes there's a foul that nobody sees and only the player does. And they will more often than not call it on themselves. It's just pretty much cheating themselves if they don't call it. So a real honor in the game that we're proud of. So
there's a gap, right?
Yeah, there's a good shot of Brady for all you wondering what he's looking like these days. If we have any of
Old
long
side by
time
side.
tuners in from, Brady had quite the hairstyle back in the day. That's for sure. So,
Yeah, maybe we'll find a picture of him in the old days and put it side by side up on the screen. It'll be funny.
oh, I don't know if he'll be happy with us if we do
Whoops.
that.
We just happened to find this.
Thanks for tuning in, Buck Moose. It's been a while. Good to hear that you're enjoying the snooker.
Yeah, one of our regulars on the Twitch chat now.
Does that red go? Maybe that black is it. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, that red that's near the top left corner. Can he get by the black? He's taking a good look. Looks like it does. Didn't, and just taking his medicine and playing safe. Look out for this cue ball. Be okay. Because our vantage point is pretty much where Brady is right now. That's where Christian and I are sitting. Buck Moose being a responsible snooker viewer. He's at work, so he's not playing hooky, but glad that he can tune in from work. Hopefully our friends from the Motor City can tune in.
Say cheese, Mr. Burney.
There we are. I don't know why we have to be on camera. We just need to be behind the scenes.
Just a quick little sneak peek of our commentary setup.
Now, if I've made a bad call, players are going to have a visual of who we are. And
Now they know who to look for, right? Yeah.
yeah, so that back alley might be a bit disturbing later tonight. Who knows?
I'll meet you in the parking lot. Nice shot there. It's a tricky situation where these reds are all lying. They're kind of both sides have reds high up on the cushions on the longs.
Yeah, there's only kind of really three that are out in the open that are kind of more easier of a pot.
Oh, it's close.
That's when I say those cross doubles are always very nice. To put his cue ball deep into the bulk end, leaving Brady with a long safety shot. Very nice shot there.
Nice shot.
So in snooker, that is considered a shot to nothing. What do we mean by that? Well, he took that shot on knowing that he's going to be bringing his cue ball back to the bulk end nice and safe. So if the red goes in, great. If not, he's safely in bulk. Buck Moose's connection is a bit spotty. I'm not sure. I don't think that's much on our end. That might be maybe just with your internet provider, or maybe the boss is wondering what you're getting into. So they're trying to calm down that stream for you. So hopefully it clears up Buck Moose.
You can always try going on YouTube or Facebook and see if the quality gets better or not, but it just depends. But hopefully everybody can see the balls clearly. We'll try to zoom in and get some nice tight angles whenever we can.
Yeah, it seems like, not sure what Brady is looking for. I guess maybe the long rest here.
So it looks like there is, let's see.
Oh, no, it's just looking for a little extension, telescopic extension for his own cue.
I think that looks clear enough. Yeah. black and pink are not touching. Maybe this break is on if we can get back down here for a red. Get the black and the pink on its spot. Now he's looking at. He's got all the choices. We brought out all the toys. We've got the spider, the extended spider, and the swan neck.
I think that's why he's having a little bit more time. He's not used to all the many great options here at Ox, that's for sure. Sometimes you're lucky to get just a spider and maybe a rest at some rooms, but Mike and his team has spared no expense here at Ox Billiards, giving the players A1 conditions.
All right, little safety. Oh, we got Triple G, Greg Prendergast in the Facebook chat saying good connection, no issues. Great quality camera as usual from Ox. Thank you, Triple G. Shout out to him, local pool player and snooker player and golf and one pocket. He plays them all. Banks, whatever. Pick your poison. So we're in kind of a tight one. This is getting a little bit back and forth. Still no big breaks from what I can tell. And
No, have they put up a high break prize? I know we got Burney's best, but is there a high break prize in this tournament?
I'm not exactly sure. I think we'll have to ask a tournament director to figure out if that's the case. I don't know if Mike's tournament director or if CC. I know CC's playing. All right, YouTube is working. The Moose is here, he says. Buck Moose goes by Slow Push Tony on YouTube. Nice stuff. Yeah, it's one of the beauties of being able to stream to multiple platforms. If one is down or if there's something going on, you have another couple options. What I do like about streaming on YouTube is that you can effectively immediately rewind if you want to go back in time and just see the shot again for yourself or check if it really was a foul or not. Wow, that's a thin hit on that red. Watch out, cue ball. Ooh.
Very nice. He's got a little smile to himself, Brady, there. Knows that he almost found the bottom of the pocket with that cue ball.
Ooh, hit the top edge. He's going to leave this red possibly.
Yeah, Brady's going to be coming right into our backyard.
Okay, Triple G. You can change the settings on Facebook to allow replay rewind also. We'll have to figure out how to set that up. Or I'm not sure if we have to set that up on our end or if the viewer does, but it might be on our side. That is a nice feature, though, in general, of being able to just rewind. That is until we implement instant replay on our side. Well, that's a little project in the works, so hopefully in the future we'll have that set up. We'll see. Now he's in a bit of a predicament here. He got a little too close to this yellow, but the blue's on. I see. Okay, so it is the live streamer that has to change in the settings to broadcast the feed. Okay, awesome. We'll take a look at that.
Yeah, if he hit that with base, he'd have to be extremely accurate. So just rolling it in and give every chance for the blue to drop. And now probably going to take his medicine and come back into the bulk end.
Yeah, the thin hits from Brady have been quite spot on.
I was surprised that we didn't see Angus in here last night practicing. A lot of the round robiners actually weren't in here, but I did hear from I think Jamie Miller, who's helping out behind the scenes, was letting me know that a lot of the local players had been in here Monday to Thursday just practicing like no tomorrow. So maybe they just thought, oh, we'll give a chance to the out-of-towners because they probably traveled in yesterday. And sure enough, Brady and Ross were at the table for quite a while.
Yeah, the two of them were playing a lot yesterday. I saw that.
That's a little unlucky. It's gone off the horn there. Let's see what Angus can do with this. So reds are getting open nice. black will go back on the pink spot.
Uh-oh. This could be trouble. This is the type of situation where Angus, if he's on, he's got the potential to put on a big break. But like I said, it's all about the rhythm here, I think.
Lining up for the pink. I think the black spot is open, that the black will go back on there. Looks like it there, so.
Yep, looks like it fits.
That red goes past to the top left, so.
Danger mode.
Yeah, he's just got to keep his nerves in check. Just take one shot one at a time. But as we said many, many times in the amateur game here in the Pacific West, that a lot of these frames and matches do come down to the colored balls.
Oh, tough miss there. Wow. I think that was one instance where he kind of broke the rhythm a little bit. He kind of just got down and shot it. I think each shot before that, he was kind of taking a look, coming over, seeing if he makes it, and then knocking it in, taking a look, coming over. It was kind of like a dance almost.
Mm-hmm.
But it felt a little quick on that one.
He did need some pace to get onto the black, and that's what made the shot just that much more difficult. The only problem is now he's opened the door for Brady, and let's see what Brady can do with his chance here. So a good little sparring match.
Yeah, that could have been a frame-winning break if he was able to take these reds, but now Brady's got plenty of space to make a comeback, and everything is on besides the top two, what the brown and the green looks like, so he might not be able to get a full clearance in this, but we'll see. It's not out of the question.
Yeah, Brady's going to need a good yellow to green shot. They're not... Obviously, you'd love to have them on their spots for sure, because that's just the routine practice that every player does religiously over and over and over again of clearing the colors.
Maybe he's playing for blue here. Maybe pink. No, I think blue.
Blue with a little stun. Get up there for the yellow and get the good angle to be onto the green.
Oh, overcut that. I think he was trying to open up the brown, it felt like. I don't know. He got awfully close to it, and he overcut it, which tells me if he cuts it cleanly, he probably makes contact with that brown and gets maybe on the green. I'm not sure. It's like a break of 17. Nicely done, though.
Yes, Greg, or as I've heard from Christian doubles or triple G over there, Brady is quite an accomplished player. I believe 2-time Canadian champion, 2-time BC Open champion. He has been over on the Pro Tour back in the late 80s, early 90s. So he definitely knows the game through and through. And good fun if you're a fan of the game. Just if you got a moment, it's just fun to sit beside him and just hear some of the stories of what he got up to over there playing in England.
Oh, I got Arnie in the chat saying rack it up. Yeah, I think that's when Angus was on his break, but not yet. Not so soon. Oh, this is going to be on, I think. It's a good starter. And he might have some angle to come to the green, or it might be perfectly straight in. Either way, he's got a chance here. Oh, he had to go forward. He was going a little bit too much away from it. Oh, unfortunate. Wow.
Yeah, if he avoided that black, he would have been feeling well, but might be able to get behind the blue. Ooh.
It's going up and down. Oh, watch out, green. He wants it to keep rolling. He wants it to go. It's going to be close to the side. Yeah, if this green is on, I think.
I think a little too pacey there for Angus. Yeah, SC Manhattan. There are some good Canadian players. And also we got Ross Bradson, who's down here. He's quite a good player. He won the qualifier up at Top 147 Snooker and Billiards Lounge in Richmond, British Columbia, to punch his card to the knockout round. And Ashik Taki, he was looking pretty strong last night against our good friend Prathamesh Suwat.
Oh, no.
And both players can just taste that first frame, but you just haven't got it until you got it.
Well, this is still frame on. Is he going to try to cut at this? Oh, this could be disaster. Wait a second. Is the blue going to come to his rescue? My goodness.
Very fortunate there. But now Brady will play probably maybe the two cushion escape here, that he could just come off the side and then the ball cushion and just rub against that red, or brown I should say, and be able to put it in.
Oh, just barely missed, and that's going to cost him with the blue contact as well. Oh, that's painful.
Well, Angus does need the blue and the pink to take this first frame.
There's the blue. You can tell he's ramped up his speed. He's trying to loosen up the arm. I think this one will tell us if he's comfortable if he sinks this one. Oh, just a little thick. And game still on.
Yeah, that was a clear chance to draw first blood there, and Angus is going to be kicking himself, I'm pretty sure, just watching this first frame and maybe hearing a little bit in the background, know that Brady is a top-notch player. Definitely probably one of the favorites, I would think, to raise the title on Monday night. So you can't squander those opportunities. What a little steal at the end here for Brady. It's a thin cut. These side pockets are tough. Just has to roll it in.
Oh, no. Wow, I caught the camera right as he shot it. Just hit it thick.
It's only frame one of game one here in the championship. We're going down to a black ball. High drama already.
And he nails it. Wow, close frame there. Holy smokes.
Definitely Angus can breathe a sigh of relief there. So Angus takes that frame, 59-49, and we will be right back with frame two. And welcome back to the 2023 Seattle Snooker Open. It's frame two of a round-robin match between Angus Liew and Brady Golan. David Burney's in the booth with Christian Youngers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, we got a question in the chat. How many players are playing today, and who are the locals from Triple G? Got a field of 24 players, I believe. Pretty good amount are from out of town, actually. But I think the locals we have are our very own Daniel Sardencilio's playing. Clay Belvoir, another local pool player, is playing. Who else we got? Javier Valenzuela, kind of a local. I think is maybe from Oregon area, somewhere outside of Seattle. Other players, some of our members here at Ox Billiards. We got Alex Newstead, Srikanth Popuri. We've got Jay Ma, Angus is playing now. He's from a local player from Empire. We got Francis Cho, Arnab, Chris Lamb, Dave Daly. We got some locals definitely playing, but we got some out of towners too. Gary Wallace. Ethan as well, another Ox member, kind of a last minute entry. And pretty good field. I think it's going to be a fun tournament.
Yeah, I think with the right now in the game of snooker in Canada and America, we don't have the high prize monies that we'd like to have. We're working on getting sponsorship and all that stuff. So with these tournaments, you're going to see predominantly local players, and then you're going to get a few. But as soon as they unveiled that beautiful trophy and was saying that it was a $3,000 first place prize, that started to perk up some heads, definitely north of the border. So we're happy to see about a 6-pack of Canadian players coming down. And actually, we do have a player all the way from Arizona made the trek. I think he plays out of our friend Romil's Snooker Academy down
nice. There. Okay. All right, Triple G's putting on the vest. He says going to try to make the next one. That's good to hear. Let's do it.
Well, if anyone wants to make quite a long trek up to Calgary, Alberta, Canada, the Alberta Open Championship will be going on, running from April 28th to 30th. You can go on Snooker Canada's website and search out how to register for that lovely event. Ron Tatterton does wonderful things in the province of Alberta.
Nice shot into the middle there.
I like how Suzanne definitely appreciates how difficult this game is, and it is. Brady is making it look rather easy right now, but he's been around the table for many years. And when you turn into the pro circuit, you do see these guys just making shots all over the place. It seems like they can rifle off centuries with ease, but they've been doing it so long, and believe me, as soon as you try and put your hand on the table is a very difficult task.
Oh man, that's the second blue he's missed into that pocket. I think both of them has been overcut just slightly, so maybe a bit of a pattern in those misses.
And I believe...
Oh, this plant?
I'd have to... Oh,
sorry.
No worries. I believe there's a great shot there. Good eye on that plant there, Christian. I believe the bracket is up on challenge.
Is it on? Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I know Mike has a paper bracket here. This one might not be online.
Okay.
We might need to get a little visual of it and update the folks throughout the day. I'll see if I can get that working behind the scenes in a bit. We'll see. But we are in the group stage right now, right? So we're going to be playing group stage all day today. And this is to qualify the last 8 players into the bracket stage. We've got the top 8 seeds already determined. And the top 2 in each group of 4 is going to advance to the knockout round. And we'll be placing, I believe, the first place players in each group are going to get a random draw and play the bottom 4 seeds in the knockout. And then the second place players in each group will play the top 4 seeds in a random draw.
Definitely a bit of the excitement if we do have that interesting 3-way tie that can happen in these round robin matches, that it will go to a blue off the spot tiebreaker. And I have to tell you, we ran into that at the BC Open about a month ago, and that generated a huge amount of excitement.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much everyone in the room got off their tables and was just focused on the tiebreaker. So
did not disappoint, that's for sure. Ooh, is this on? It's on. Nice pot there. And the way he hit it, it sounded like a bit of side on that ball, maybe a little bit of low. It just sounded like he put a lot of spin on that.
Yeah, once again, a shot to nothing, putting him into the bulk end. He's got a Just be able to draw back for this red in the middle. Very nicely done. That's true, SC Manhattan. These are heated tables. So that's an interesting sensation sometimes to some players that aren't used to. Why is this table feeling just a little bit warmer? Because probably your average billiard room or snooker room wouldn't have these exceptional tables, and then these early morning matches, the table might feel a little cool.
Yeah, and we actually turned up the heat on the tables just for the event. Normally we keep them around 35 Celsius maybe. And I think we kind of ramped them up to as high as they go. I think it's 50 C, and they're settling right now about 45 Celsius. So you definitely can feel the heat coming up from the table.
Celsius, very Canadian of you. I like it.
I mean, yeah, that's what it's actually international, not just Canadian, right?
Well, it is true. There's only 3 countries in the world that use the imperial weight system. Bonus prize, anyone out there in the stream, do they know the 3 countries in the world that use imperial? I'm talking about feet and pounds and ounces, not grams and centimeters.
I definitely know 2. Who's the third, though? I'm trying to think. Is it another Commonwealth country?
So a nice little small break here by Brady. He's going to now just run and hide into the bulk end.
Bratmish says that's un-American.
Un-American Christian? Oh, no, that's you, Christian.
He's telling me
yes,
that I'm
it's not
being
a religious
un-American.
thing. Okay.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just saying, in America, we use both. You know what I'm saying?
Well, likewise in Canada, but officially, I guess. Lucas saying the US, the UK, and the Philippines. Unfortunately, the UK is still on metric, and sometimes to throw a loop, the UK throw in stone.
Stone? Interesting. Yeah. What is a stone?
I believe it is 15 pounds.
Oh, okay. So intermediate between like a ton or something. Okay. Because a ton is also pounds, right? Same system? U.S., Liberia, and Myanmar. Not sure about that one, Triple G, but we'll have to check that.
Mm-hmm. Tajinder, we're looking into finding out about scores for other tables.
We don't have a live scoring right now. We gotta figure out how to build that in. I know Cloud Snooker is a choice for setting up live scoring, but we're trying to figure out. But for now, I think we can give a room update, right? We've got Dave Daly playing on our second TV table. He's playing over here against Javier Valenzuela. And I think they're 1-0 in that frame. Not sure who's up. 21-33. Every match, I believe, is 1-0. We got Clay Belvoir playing against Chris Lamb on another table. I'm not sure what our third table is. Is that Akshith?
I believe there's Chris Lamb, and Chris Lamb is playing Clay Belvoir.
Yeah.
Yes, Lucas, there's it's kind of universal, I guess, when it comes to snooker. There's sometimes, you see an inch short or inch perfect, or he's off by a millimeter. It's a game of millimeters, so.
Yeah, millimeters quite often, I feel like I've heard. So, there's another chance for Brady, right?
Great opportunity, yes.
Wow,
could be in for a treat here, everybody.
Yeah, all these reds are on. He's almost tempted to take this this kind of red closest to the pink spot, I believe, because if he makes this, he at least opens up one of the pockets for the pink. But he's dead straight, it feels like, on this lower red. I don't know which one he's going to take. He's kind of looking at it back and forth. You can lay up for the black if he takes the lower red. What do you do here? I wonder if the pink will still pass if it gets put on its spot. Or you can try to take that red later. I'm not sure. Definitely the one straight in is what he's going for, right? Interesting. So it must be that the pink spots and still goes, or the red still goes, I guess.
I think so. If he draws back a little bit on this pink, he'll have that red that's right by the pink spot. And, you know, Brady's been around the game for quite a while, so he won't leave much to chance. So
Ooh, I
it's
think
a little bit,
it's a
got
little
into it a
funny.
bit much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a long red, obviously, that's by the blue spot. Because I think these two reds on the left side really, you know,
Yeah, it doesn't really have an edge. Might be that he's just going to try to play the plant.
it's tricky. A lot of space between all balls there.
Don't know if I like this, but there's not many places to play safe here, I feel.
Might be straight on, so.
Ooh, super close. And now I think how he's left it, it's even nicer of a plant now. Wow, what a tough shot.
It's true. It's interesting. It's almost seeming like Angus has the same length of a plant shot that Brady did. The only thing is the cue ball and the object balls is a bit different. But great shot there by Angus.
Yeah, in the pool rule, we call that one dead. That combination or that plant is just dead. You almost can't mess it up if you just try to make the ball that you're contacting first. It's kind of an interesting way to think about it. So, tricky situation. I don't think this pink is on, so he's going to play maybe safe or play up for the brown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
safe would have been automatic, obviously, but with those reds up in the ball carrier, that just makes it a bit more tricky. And now he's
not many places.
That's amazing. So often we see, like, if a player loses a frame, they really come back fighting in the next one. Brady with a rather commanding lead here in the second frame, 36-2, but plenty of points still on the table.
And what looked like a big wide open opportunity is now starting to get a little bit more clustered, a little more tricky. It's crazy how little it takes to get out of line. It was just that one red that kind of, or the pink. I think he just screwed the pink a little bit too far, and all of a sudden the whole frame becomes totally different.
Yeah, like we said, it was a game of millimeters.
Mm-hmm. Incredible.
Well, Brady can take this red by the blue spot into its yellow pocket. Just stun it around there, hop the yellow into the middle pocket, and really won't be. If he misses it, he's not in trouble.
Well, that's the only red he can leave on, and it doesn't look like it's easy. It's still potable.
Gave it a shot. That pink has blocked the red. It's a bit tough now that all the reds are kind of getting more up into the bulk area. It's not a traditional safe for Brady. Have the angle to come back to the top end off this red into the green pocket. down nicely for the pink.
It's going to get a little close. It's that extra heat. It's rolling. It's a tough one.
Yeah, he'll definitely be mindful of the push shot. Obviously, the push shot is called if the cue is still touching the cue ball when the cue ball touches the object ball. Welcome back, everybody. Hope we just got to reboot their stream. And definitely Brady has rebooted himself. He's putting together a great break here. So this match will be tied 1-1. Going to a very important decider. Very important, that first match. In these short, quick races, when you have 4 players in your group, you like to get that first match win. So Brady takes that one. And this match is tied 1-1, and we'll be coming back with a decider momentarily. And we are back here at the Seattle Snooker Open 2023. Brady Golan breaking off in this important decider of this first round-robin match on the TV table. Just a little update. Dave Daly won his first match over Javier of Venezuela, 2-0. So Dave is looking good to punch his card into the knockout phase, and that's a great little cut there by Angus. Wouldn't be surprised if he maybe just rolls up nicely to this yellow. It's looking like he's taking it on, actually. Oh, no. Just the way he was feathering. Sometimes you just want to feather gently on there, get a feeling for how you want to take the shot. Yeah, hopefully we're all welcoming you back after that little hiccup with the stream. Definitely feel free to share it with your friends, your snooker enthusiastic buddies, and glad that you're tuning in. We're going to be here all weekend long here at Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington, America. Hopefully you have been enjoying the first match here. I must admit, it's a shame that both of these guys are in one group. Both of them are playing quite well, but the top 2 move on, so maybe both of them will be finding their way into tomorrow's knockout phase. That green's in a good area right now to get behind, as Brady did try that, just came up a little short. Did have the angle to get behind it.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks, but I think we're all up and running. Let us know if anything happens again. Thanks, SC Manhattan, for the heads up. It looks like everything's back running smoothly.
There's always a few glitches. I remember once we did a Richler Cup out in Shooterville in Burlington, Ontario, Canada, and we were all getting ready to go for Super Sunday, Championship Sunday. And all of a sudden, sometimes the scoring was lagging, and then our stream was lagging, and then we weren't sure what was going on, as everything was kind of at a miss. Didn't realize that a gentleman in the room had moved his chair a little bit and hit the cord and unplugged everything.
Oh, no. Disaster. Oh, no.
So it is nice with your guys' system here at Ox that everything's kind of compact and like there's not really that chance. Everything's kind of wired through the ceiling, shall we say. So
yeah, we do the power cables right next to us, though. So just don't step on those cords, and we're good. Yeah, it's the kind of the benefit of having a more permanent setup, right? Ooh, this is a good safety. Oh, wow.
Wow, fantastic shot.
Glued up there. Wow.
One benefit is there's a lot of reds on the table You know, that pack of reds almost looks like Clifford, the big red dog, just one big red right there.
And these balls might actually be close to touching. Not exactly sure.
I like it's looking.
Yeah, I think they might be
Mark?
taking away all of the escape. Yeah, asking if we should mark it, but I think it's pretty clear. It looks like it's...
I think Brady's just asking if
Yeah, it looks like these
someone
balls are...
should be marking it. I believe that they say at the players' meeting it's kind of more up to the players to be marking it, as we don't have referees.
Yeah, I think in the group stage we're kind of leaving it up to the players to kind of referee themselves. I think Mike is in the room walking around to see if people need help, but he's got it. He doesn't have any one cushion escapes. He's got to go 2 cushions or more, I think, because those balls are tight to each other.
And now you might be thinking, well, what's going on here, Brady? You know, sure you are snookered heavily here, but there's a big area of reds that you can hit. But he's more looking at it that he doesn't want to leave his opponent one on. He is aware that there's a big landing area.
Good contact. This is going to be nice. Good escape. Nicely done.
Definitely. Yeah, he's certainly aware playing these last 2 frames that, you know, you give Angus a chance, he is going to score heavily. So that's why he's just taking extra precaution on that escape.
Got him kind of tight to that cushion, but it's been pretty spot on with those thin hits Brady has.
Great weight, get going. Ooh,
Very close, very close. Almost got him dead to that cushion. Still, it's a pretty tough layout. This blue is kind of it's kind of in the way of this. Just don't make contact with it. Yep, that was the risk.
so it's just a gentleman just moving around. Or just, you do encourage the fans, but, do make sure when you come down here, you kind of, it's a close environment. So definitely when you're a fan watching, you want to just be like a statue. It's interesting sometimes as well. I don't know how you find, and maybe this is something for debate in the chat room, is I find sometimes when you're down on a shot and say you're in a public place where people are moving around, honestly, just if you're walking towards the bathroom, just keep your walk go. Don't walk and then stop at the table, wait the shot, and go. I think it's just just feel like you're oblivious to the table.
Yeah, make
You're
it constant. No, I totally agree with that. It's much more distracting for someone to be walking and then all of a sudden make a big stop right before you're about to take a shot on, and now you feel like they're waiting for you. You feel this weird pressure and stuff. It's almost like I almost always just stand up and be like, all right, just go ahead. It's fine. Just keep walking. I think there's a little bit maybe too much attention on the fact that being in the line of the shot is that affecting of the player. It's really not, as long as it's not close to the table, I feel, if you're far enough away and you just keep constant motion, it's really not very distracting at all, I would say. But maybe it's like an attempt to kind of be overly polite, maybe that kind of goes like the good intentions is what actually causes the distraction in the end. It's not to say that it's not well intended, but it is definitely more distracting in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know out there on the chat. How do you feel? I'm pretty sure we have a lot of snooker players out there, or even 8-ball or 9-ball players. If you have an opinion on that.
Ooh, is he going to leave this red over the pocket? Looks close.
True. Is there a gap there? I think there's a gap for Angus.
Yeah, I think it's on. Oh, and he jumped the red off the table. Oh, wow.
Now in snooker, that red ball is now going to be off the table. Whereas if it was a colored ball, it would come back on its spot and the necessary foul would be happening there. So if Angus had hit the black came off the table. It would have been a 7-point foul towards him. But alas, it's only a 4-point foul. So 4 points for Brady. And that red is gone.
Oh, no, says Archit in the YouTube chat. Oh, no, indeed. So...
It's interesting. It's a role of opposites here, as Brady has a lot of experience. You see that he's got a very smooth stroke, and he's not hitting the ball hard, but he's still able to get in action with his cue ball, and that just shows. And you see Angus maybe a little more newer to the game, thinking, if I want to get a lot of action on it, I got to hit the ball harder, which is not the case. You just want to have good technique and just be kind of driving the car and pulling it out of the driveway.
Totally makes sense. Yeah, Triple G's saying, I personally don't mind. I think talking about the distraction conversation earlier. He feels the player should be focused, and therefore anything outside of your direct aim line is merely an excuse. Focus on it. Peripheral shouldn't be a factor. Yeah, focus on the shot. Yeah, I think along those lines, I think it's kind of if you get down and take the shot anyway after being distracted, it's kind of on you because you definitely have ultimate say in terms of when you get to take the shot. So as long as you're comfortable and that's the moment you actually take the pot on, then I think that's totally fine. But yeah, I think going out and asking for someone in the crowd to maybe stop moving, I think is his way of maybe processing the pressure of the shot, maybe, or trying to get things going. Not sure.
I think when Brady was eyeing up the shot there, the gentleman was moving a little bit, and so Brady is not down on the shot. He's just asking nicely if you could just, stay about your business. But yeah, as you say, going back when we were talking about the walking in and out of the shot and stuff like that, the player is down on the shot. It is up to them. They have every right. There's no, there's no ruling that once you're down on a shot, you have to shoot. You can get back up and refocus.
Yeah, exactly. I think the only thing that maybe could be detrimental is that if you're more of a rhythm player, maybe that kind of breaks your rhythm a bit. But I think that's something you just got to be able to practice and go through because, especially top level, if you're going to be playing all the time and, going to a lot of events, you're going to have to be comfortable with playing under duress, people watching, in the room, talking, movement. You're going to have to get good at doing that. It's a good skill to have.
And as well, it's a new game here in America. We're doing our best to educate, so more and more, the spectators will become respectful of what's going on, knowing that it's a little different than the pool atmosphere. Obviously, if anyone had watched the Moscone Cup in Vegas this past year, it was a raucous environment there, and it's kind of the polar opposite in snooker. It's kind of has a parallel to golf, I guess. You want to keep quiet, so the player can be concentrated on the shot at hand.
Oh, didn't go in, but is he going to leave something on?
He has.
Yeah, I think this red pot and the black goes into both pockets, it looks like. So
those reds are nicely spread out, so the door is open for Angus. Oh, he just...
Oh, he got okay, I think. Fortunate bump on that red. I think he was going a little too quick.
True, I agree.
Oh, he's hit it thick. Oh, tough miss there.
Very tough because, just looking at all these reds, like now,
This table's ripe for the picking.
Brady's licking his lips, wanting to get into this. Another thing, you don't want this, first match to linger too much. There's a lot of snooker for this round robin phase today, so you kind of want to get them done and dusted early. Great little shot there.
Yeah, Pratham saying possible lack of focus. Or sorry, Triple G saying possible lack of focus. Yeah, I think pressure definitely makes sense. It's almost like when you see an open table like that, there's almost added pressure to perform a big break, Because it's like, well, if I'm not going to, this is a chance. So you kind of like put that on yourself in a different way, maybe than when you are playing more of a tough break. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like the breaks you score highest on are not the breaks where you're like, okay, here's a chance, let's get a break. Typically, I feel like it's a break that you had to struggle and work for more, and at the end, you're never imagining that you would have gotten that high of a break based on when you started at the table, right?
True, and at times it's, you want to leave yourself short, compact shots. As I remember talking with Kevin Robitaille, who's a player up in Canada. He was on the pro circuit as well, back in those late 80s, early 90s, kind of almost of the second wave of Canadians on the pro circuit that Brady was involved in. And Kevin was telling me he was playing a match once, and he railed off a break of 143.
Oh, wow.
And as he returned, as 147 is the maximum you can make, just as a reference for all the new viewers out there. So Kevin's going back to his seat after making that fantastic 143. And two members of the audience, one member was amazed by the break that he had, but talking to his buddy's like, well, that didn't really look that hard. Mm-hmm. Most shots were 2 feet, and all of them looked pretty much straight in.
Yeah, okay, sure. You say that, and then you get on this table, and you're like, okay, maybe they are that hard.
Just like that. Like, that should have been a gimme for Brady.
Oh, yeah, big miss. Leaves an opportunity for Angus. Yeah, I feel like he always thrives off of that one good shot. Makes like a really wild long pot or something like that, and that kind of just jump starts him and he gets on a roll. But haven't quite seen that from him yet on this one.
Yeah, I think just maybe both these players are just getting ahead a little bit because they do see a great opportunity. Black's on its spot. There's some reds that are out in the open there. See, this is going to come around a couple of cushions and get back into bulk for Brady.
So this could be an opportunity. These are the ones that I'm nervous about. You put Angus at distance, but you kind of have to let him keep shooting at these. But if he makes one of these, this is where he can start a big break, but usually it's disaster if he doesn't get on. I've seen him shoot that shot and rifle the ball into the pocket and then, run like a 30-something break after that. So I think it just kind of depends what rhythm, what mood he's in, how he's playing.
And what type of game? Was that in the Seattle Snooker Open you were playing that? Or was that a friendly?
That was in the league, actually.
Okay.
So in the league, a little bit more pressure maybe, but definitely not on center stage against Brady Golan on the live stream TV table. It's a little bit different, I guess, in this circumstance. So, yeah, maybe he's not going for exactly what he might usually do. But he has had the high break. I think he had the high break in WSL, Washington Snooker League Season 2, I believe. A high break of 80, and I think it was on the table adjacent to this one. So definitely capable of scoring high. We've seen some glimpses of it in this one. This is a chance actually here. Tough rest shot. But I think he's perfect on the black. Wow. This could be a good chance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 4 reds out in the open. It's going to be wanting to be just concerned with those.
Oh no. He's going to leave this red open too. Oh, this could be disaster. Graham Dodsworth, do you know this person in the Facebook chat saying thanks for the stream? Watching from Langley, BC.
Well, I'm pretty sure I've met Graham before.
Yeah, nice.
You know, we've got it seems like a big community, but it's kind of a small community in the snooker world. But
Oh yeah, I'm sure. A lot of players maybe spread out, a lot of area to cover, but
it's true, yeah. Like the province of British Columbia is probably bigger than the British Isles. So
yeah, exactly. That just tells you right there. Makes sense.
So that's why it's kind of, you know, as we have the Canadian Championship will be coming up, I believe, in early June, late May this year. I believe it will be held in Toronto.
Toronto. Oh, okay, nice. That's where they had the Pan American last year, right?
That is correct. So hopefully, you know, we can get a lot of heads up, so a lot of players from out west can travel there, and maybe, you know, being a Canadian Championship someday, it can be out west.
Yeah.
I know Jonathan's son, the owner of Top 147 Snooker and Billiards Lounge, would like to put in a proposal for that.
That'd be awesome.
True, I agree, Prathamish. I think we're seeing something nice here. Although Brady just not too happy, just maybe ran just a bit too much on that last shot.
I think he came short on this one. He doesn't like this angle. He's kind of going away from the black. He would have liked to be straight. Yeah, this could be the end. Oh, we try to open up the pink, maybe. Oh, the blue's an insurance.
Just hopefully he's got a good angle to come back table.
Yeah, both these reds are on into this bottom left pocket.
Black on its spot. Having that blue is a nice insurance always. Be able to go on up there just in case he gets out of position slightly.
This is the decider. This little stun run through there. Perfect on this black. It's going to put maybe a little bit of pace behind it to get it up. He's got a good amount of angle. Play for any of these 3 reds. Always playing for the one sole red out by the pink spot. And yeah, this could be.
Yeah, good angle on this red to break out the pink.
I think.
Just opting for the blue. Got on the right side of the blue.
It's a little far. Might have to play the blue in the corner. Oh, he's thinking maybe of a safety.
True, just needs any color right now. Because after this, there'll be 51 on the table.
I think I might be off on the score slightly. I'm going to check with them. I don't know if he has one additional point or not. But yeah, I think one more red. Oh, nice blue there. Yeah, like I said, Prathamish can't play safe here. It's his match ball. Don't exactly. They haven't updated their score. I think I might be on, but it might be slightly off on the score. We'll see.
True, but it's not going to be handshakes just yet. Our account, Angus needs 2 snookers, but also needs them with blacks. Pointing there, so, ooh. Brought out that red into an easy potable position there for Brady, so.
Yeah, so our score is correct.
Nice little stat up there, as you can see how well Brady's doing, an 81% pot success. Oh, I jinxed him there.
Wow, you did jinx him hard on that one.
To Angus, who has a 50% pot success rate, so or 58 it looked like.
So yeah, we're definitely in Snooker's acquired land now, right?
Correct.
It's always some key numbers as a player you got to remember. You always have to remember the colors are 27 points remaining. 1 red on the table is 35. 2 reds on, 43. 3 reds is 51. So with 3 reds on, 51, not enough to catch up. He's going to be playing for some sort of snooker. But the only problem is he's got to push this red up close to the other 2 in order to kind of have one area on the table to play safe at. But the problem is once you push that red up there, you only have the black to hide behind. Maybe the pink. It's pretty tough to get a snooker in the situation. So I think he's going to be wanting to go for potting a couple red blacks, but not when Brady's making shots like this.
True, yeah. As much as it's Angus is in the snooker required stage, he will need those reds and blacks. So with the reds up in the bulk area, that makes the task a lot more difficult. Well, Angus is looking sharp. I wouldn't be surprised if these 2 players are the ones that move on from this group. But we've got our only female competitor, Frances Chow, in this group.
Watch out for her.
True. I really was impressed by Frances's outing in the BC Open. She was involved in that exciting blue off the spot tiebreaker.
Reed Unger, right, was the opponent in that one?
There was Reed Unger, and there was one other, I believe, Barry Bancroft as well.
Ah, yes.
It was a 3-way tie.
There's a bit of a 2-way there, and I think that might be curtains.
I think he's coming out to handshakes. Yep, there we go.
There's the handshake.
So Brady Golan takes his first match by a 2-1 advantage over Angus Liew. So we will be stepping aside for a few short moments and coming back with another round-robin match. I'm not sure exactly who we're putting on that table yet.
Yeah, new commentator, too, is going to be coming by. A little sneak preview.
We'll talk to you soon, everybody.